I am making a numeron deck profile, mainly because I thought I'd go ahead and update it, and I actually like how it's been doing so far, so I figured why not make the deck profile. So starting off with the monsters, I play 3 copies of Numeron Wall. Numeron Wall has the effect that during the end phase has the quick effect of you can send it from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard, while you control no face-up cards, to then be able to place a Numeron network from your deck face-up in your spell and trap zone. While that is the only effect you usually use, it does have another effect that if you take damage from a direct attack, just think that's how it works. Nope. When you take battle damage, you can special summon this card from your hand to end the battle phase, but you're never using that effect. I also play 3 copies of Archfiend Eccentric. This is just in here so that you can destroy Numeron Chaos Gate Sunya with a monster effect. Then I also play 2 copies of Unchained Twins Aruha and Reika. These are also in here for the same reason as Archfiend Eccentric, of being able to destroy Sunya with a monster effect. And to finish off the monsters, I also play 3 copies of Eldlich the Golden Lord. I put the Eldlich engine in this deck, mainly because I figured, well, this at least gives me a turn 2 option, in case I don't have anything to go into Numeronius or the gates weren't enough. Which, Eldlich the Golden Lord just lets you send it and a spell or trap in your hand to the graveyard. I believe you target 1 card in the field and destroy it. Okay, you target 1 card in the field and send it to the graveyard. And then while it's in the graveyard, you can send a face-up or spell trap on your field to the graveyard, return this card to your hand, and then you can special summon a zombie from your hand that gains 1,000 attack and defense till the end of the following turn. And then for these spells, the one-ofs, I play 1 Terraforming, 1 7 Cities of the Golden Land, and then 1 copy of Numeron Chaos Ritual. Terraforming just lets you add Numeron Network from deck to hand. 7 Cities of the Golden Land is in this deck just a confusion summon, and then it also has the effect that when a zombie monster is special summoned, you can target 1 spell or trap your opponent controls and can't activate until the end of the turn. And then Numeron Chaos Ritual is in this deck, as it's what allows you to summon Numeronius during the turn that Numeron Chaos Gate Sunya has been destroyed by a monster effect, which would have been perfectly fine if Sunya had the effect of, if Numeron Network isn't in play, it self-destructs. If that wasn't a part of this, then this would be a whole lot easier. Then I also play 2 copies of Numeron Calling. Numeron Calling just lets you... It makes so that if Numeron Network is in your field spell and you control no monsters, special summon as many Numeron gates with different names from your extra deck as possible. And you can only normal or special summon 1 more time after this card resolves, and then you banish the gates during the end phase. Then I also play 3 copies of Cursed Eldland. Cursed Eldland makes only zombie monsters can attack while it's face up, which is why you typically send it to the grave with Eldlich the Golden Lord. But you can also pay 800 life points to then be able to add an Eldlich monster or a Golden Land spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And I believe you can only use each effect once per turn. Yep. Then I also play 3 copies of Memories of Hope. Memories of Hope just lets you draw 1 card for every different number you control, and you can only activate 1 Memories of Hope per turn. So basically, if you have all 4 gates, you can activate this to draw 4 cards. And ideally, I'd also be playing that with Serial Spell, but since I can't find my Serial Spells, which probably means they're in my friend's Red Eyes deck, I figure I'd go ahead and play 3 copies of Limiter Removal, just so the gates can be able to OTK. This just doubles the attack of all your machines that are destroyed during the end phase. Then I also play 3 copies of Numeron Network. Sorry if there was a thing. I had to pause it because I accidentally lost one of the cards. Anyway, Numeron Network has the effect during the main phase. You can send a Numeron normal spell from your deck to the graveyard, so then apply its effect. And then, or you apply its effect when it's activated, and then if a Numeron monster would activate its effect to detach material, it doesn't have to detach material. And I believe you can only use the copy effect once per turn. Yep. Then for the traps, I play 3 copies of eldlich or Scarlet Sanguine. Scarlet Sanguine has 2 effects, which you can only use one of each effect, or one of the 2 effects per turn. Where you can activate it to special summon an Eldlich the Golden Lord from your, deck or graveyard. Or you can banish it from your graveyard in order to set a Golden Lands trap from, or a spell or trap from your deck. Then I play 3 copies of Wakaro of the Golden Land. Wakaro has the effect that you can activate it to special summon to your field as a level 5 light zombie with 1800 attack and 1500 defense. And then if you control an Eldlich the Golden Lord, you can then banish 1 card from your opponent's graveyard. Where is it? It does not target, so that can be kind of funny depending on what deck you're facing. And then I play 3 copies of Conquistador of the Golden Land. And Conquistador does the same thing as Wakaro, except instead of banishing a card from your opponent's grave, you destroy 1 card on your opponent's field. And then Wakaro and Conquistador both have the same thing as Scarlet Sanguine, where you can activate them as traps to summon them, or you can banish them from your graveyard during the end phase if you do not activate its other effect, to then be able to set a Eldlich from your deck. And that is it for the main deck. The main thing I would change is that I would add a 2nd copy of Numeron Chaos Ritual, or just change a couple things, or add another card in the extra deck, which I will go over what that should be when I get there. But starting off with the monsters, I play 2 copies of each of the gates, being numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Trying to get them all on screen. And I play 2 of each of them, mainly just because sometimes the 1 wave of gates is not enough, so having 2 waves is a lot better than only 1. And they all share the same effect of they can't be destroyed in battle. At the end of the damage step, if this card battled, you can detach material so that you can have all your Numeron gates have their attack points doubled. And then that's pretty much it until the end of the turn. So pretty much what you do is you summon them, you attack, take some damage, now they're all 2,000 attack, maybe take a bit more damage, attack, or take a bit more damage, now they're all 4,000 attack, and if your opponent lived, as long as the last one battled a monster, you can activate its effect, they all become 8,000, the last one can attack. And then, should your opponent be able to survive the gate attacks, you can then summon one of your 2 copies of Numeron Chaos Gate Sunya. Sunya has the effect of when it's XE summoned, you banish all monsters. Let's see. Yeah, you banish all monsters on the field, and then during your next standby phase, after this card is banished by its own effect, you can reactivate its effect to summon itself, and then if Numeron Network is in play, your opponent then takes damage equal to the combined attack of all Xyz monsters that are banished by this effect. So because it says are banished, at least you'll be doing 3,000 with this effect. But because it doesn't say were banished, it won't include itself, so your opponent will just take the 1,000 from the other 3 gates. And then when Sunya is destroyed by a monster effect, you're able to use your numeron Chaos Ritual to then be summon one of your 2 copies of Chaos number 1000 Numeronius, which Numeronius should be at 1 for a second copy of a card that I'll go over later. But Numeronius has the effect that once per turn, quick effect, you can attach material from this card, destroy one other monster on the field. At the end of the battle phase, destroy as many other monsters on the field as possible. Minimum 1, then you can special summon 1 monster from your opponent's graveyard to your field in defense position. And then this card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect while it has material and was sent to the graveyard. You can special summon a copy of Imaginary Chaos number 1000 Numeronius Numeronia using this card's material. Which the other thing I should mention is its attack points are usually 0, but if you summon it with Numeron Chaos Ritual, then Numeronius' attack will be 10,000. Then I play 1 copy of Imaginary Chaos number 1000 Numeronius Numeronia. Numeronia has the effect of, if this card is actually summoned by the effect of Numeronius, then during your opponent's turn only, its attack points become 100,000. And then it has 2 other effects where if your opponent doesn't attack it during the battle phase, then you automatically win the game. But all your opponent's monsters are forced to attack if they can. And then its last effect is that if an attack is declared, so should your opponent do something like attack it with a Boral Sword Dragon, then you can just negate the attack. Which I'll either add a Chaos Ritual to the deck or take out Numeronius for another rank 5, since Conquistador and Wakuro are both level 5 light zombies. But for the last XD's monster I play is 1 copy of Constellar Pleiades. This is just a once per turn quick effect, detach material, compulsive monster on the field. Which I'll probably end up playing a 2nd copy of Pleiades. And to finish off the extra deck, I play the 1 copy of Eldlich the Mad Golden Lord. Eldlich the Mad Golden Lord has the effect that its name is always treated as Eldlich the Golden Lord while it is on the field. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and then you contribute a zombie monster, then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Take control of that monster. However, it cannot attack or activate its effects this turn. And you can only use this effect to Eldlich the Mad Golden Lord once per turn. The main thing I love about this is a permanent steal. That's my favorite thing about this card. As well as being a near 4,000 body that just cannot be destroyed by any means. But that is it for my Numeron Eldlich deck profile. If you have any ideas what I can do to improve the deck, any ideas of decks I can see be made in the future, or decks I can see face each other, feel free to comment down below. Thanks for watching.